Welcome. Welcome to Sunday afternoon. Glad you made it. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I live in San Antonio, Texas. I am normally live on Sunday afternoons, but today's demonstration is pre-recorded because I am out of town attending a Silver Elite reception with my upline. So I'm glad you could make it. Make sure that when you come on, you say hello, and I will go ahead and get started because we are going to be putting together the June online ordering special for you today. But let's get some announcements out of the way. Just want to remind you that we do have a last chance sale going on for everything that's going to be retiring from our January to June mini catalog. So make sure after the video that you go and check out the links in the description. That will take you straight to my online store where you can save lots of money on a lot of different products out of this catalog. And there's some really good ones out there, I promise. And don't forget, if you're a demonstrator, you get your discount on top of the clearance or the last chance prices. And then I just want to remind you that when you join my email list, you're going to get a free PDF tutorial sent to you automatically. And then you're also going to get, if you don't already get one from someone, a new annual catalog sent to you. It doesn't come bound, but I will send it to you. And if you are a active demonstrator, I have a different special gift for you. So make sure you leave me your mailing address so I can send you your gift to you. That link will also be in the description after the video as well. And then we still have what do we have? About 9 days left in this promotion. And this is Stampin' Up's Connect, Craft, and Collect host promotion, which basically just means that when your host order total begins at $250, you're going to get your regular Stampin' rewards, but they're going to tack on an additional $25 in host products for you to choose from. Plus, as you can see, the more your order total is, the more your Stampin' rewards, and then you still get that $25 tacked on top of that. Plus, at $450, you start getting your half-price items as well. But this promotion goes all the way through June the 14th, and it's not just for parties. If you have an individual order as well, it also qualifies for that. And if you need some suggestions as to what we can do in person or virtually, make sure you check out the host link after the video, and this will give you some ideas of some things that you can do during your get-together. And then lastly, we are in the subscription period for Paper Pumpkin, and this is going through June the 10th. So we only have about 4 more days left before this promotion, this subscription period is over in order to get the next Paper Pumpkin kit, which Paper Pumpkin is our monthly paper crafting subscription service. And they come in these, this is a different box than normally. It's normally a red box, but this is going to be a collectible type box that coordinates with the Expressions and Ink Suite. Plus, this next month, we're going to be getting 2 ink spots in the box. Paper Pumpkin boxes come with everything that you need in order to put together those particular projects for the month, and every single month the projects change. But next month's going to contain enough supplies to create 9 cards and coordinating envelopes. And then normally we just get 1 spot, but we're going to be getting 2 ink spots in with our kits next month. Plus the box is a collectible box, so I have a feeling that's going to be very, very popular. And then also, my Paper Pumpkin subscribers, if you subscribe as one of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers, I'm just fanning these out. I automatically send free coordinating cuts of cardstock that coordinate with that particular month's kit. And there's two pieces of every color that coordinates. And so with this next kit, we've got Polished Pink, Fresh Freesia, Evening Evergreen, and Bumblebee. And I send those to you automatically, just as an extra thank you for being one of my subscribers. And then let's bring over the wheel. And if you're wondering, let me open this. I didn't realize it had already closed on me. But if you're wondering what this wheel is about, every single week, the projects that I make, I end up giving the ones that I make as prizes. And so last week, if you missed last week, this was the prize. This is going to be the prize that I'm going to be giving away. We took, let's see if I can find one. Let's see. I know I've got a drawer full of these down here, but basically I took a empty ribbon spool and decorated it using some of the new products. This one hangs. So if you watched me last week, you saw me put together. So we kind of went from this to this. It was actually a pretty nice little transformation there. But we're going to be giving this away. So let's spin this wheel, and I will tell you how you can get on the wheel. You can get on this wheel by liking my video, by commenting. So one of your comments, and if you share, you actually get 2 entries onto the wheel. So make sure that if you do share the video, and on your side you should see a button that says share. You're basically sharing with your friends. That does help get me more exposure, and also helps get you an extra entry on the wheel, but it does help my business. It helps to be able to share my Sunday afternoons with lots of people. And I do appreciate it when you do share. But that does get you an extra entry on the wheel, and it gives you an extra opportunity to win whatever prize we're giving out for that particular live. So let's go ahead and spin this. I've got a cool little sound going here with this wheel. By the way, if you're watching from my YouTube channel, thank you for subscribing as well. Shirley Taylor. Look at that. It said Shirley Taylor share. That meant that one of the shares, because Shirley Taylor shared last week's video, one of her entries was the one that got her to win. So congratulations, Shirley. Shirley has won before, so I do have her mailing address, and I will make sure that I get your prize out to you. So Shirley, if you're watching, congratulations. Keep a lookout for your prize in the mail. Okay. So let's get started on the monthly online ordering special. Now that's what this is up here in the top left-hand corner. Every single month I have an online ordering special that basically means when you order off my website, and your order is at least $25 or more, you're going to get a free cut kit in the mail. Everything is already assembled. Everything's already cut for you, die cut for you, embossed. Anything that you need to assemble the kit is going to be included in your packet. And this actually is one of the packets. So I wanted to be able to show this to you. I'll show you the finished product here in a minute, but it does come with a mini paper pumpkin box. It has all of the bases that you need. And then in each envelope, you're going to have all of the pieces that you need in order to assemble that particular card or whatever the project is. And as you can see, there's even ribbon included in it and even some embellishments. So everything is already, like I said, everything's already die cut for you, embossed. All you have to do is the stamping part of that. So let me set that aside and let me show you what we're actually going to be doing today. And then I'll show you the products that we're going to be using. But this is the June monthly online ordering special. So when you place your order of $25 or more on my website, you're going to get the kit in order to make this. Now, this is the paper pumpkin box. It's only decorated on the top. But when you open it, you have your other four, get those out. You've got your other four cards. And these are note card size, and each one of them has a coordinating envelope. And then I'm going to show you, so there's the coordinating envelope, and then there's this one, and the coordinating envelope, and then you have this one, and your coordinating envelope. So it's your mini paper pumpkin box, plus 4 of these note cards. And then I'm also going to add in some coordinating cuts of coordinating cardstock. I think there's like 5 colors that go with this. But that is the monthly online ordering special for the month of June. So you get this kit absolutely free with your order of $25 or more online. And if your order is $50 or more, you're going to get, what did I do with it? It's right here. This one's open, but it would be, the first choice is going to be a spool of Flirty Flamingo metallic ribbon. Let's see, it's the metallic ribbon. There's 10 yards of this. This coordinates with this Sweet Symmetry paper, and we're going to be using that today. The other alternative, it all depends on what's available when it comes time to order, but the other option would also be opal rounds. So it all depends on what's available. If anything becomes unavailable, I'll definitely switch it out, but it'll definitely be something that coordinates with the kit. So this is how your kit would arrive, just like this, plus the coordinating cardstock that goes with it. So I just wanted to show you that. And let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be using the Biggest Wish stamp set. We're also going to be using the Sweet Symmetry Designer Series paper. And let's see. I've got the paper right here, but I have small cuts left. So let me just show you the Designer Series paper, all of the different, no, these are like smaller cuts. I've almost completely gone through a package of paper, so at least I have one of each to show you. So this is one side. It does come in 12 by 12. And then let's flip this over so that you can see the other side. These nice spring to summerish colors that we've got going here. And then these are the note cards. These note cards, let me see if I can find a full-size card. Let's see. This one just happens to be like nearby. Don't ask me why this one's kind of an older one. It's nearby. I'm going to take it out of that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you, give you an example of, these are the normal size cards that we make. And then these are the note card sizes, which are just slightly smaller. A little bit smaller, but they're the perfect size to fit in those mini paper pumpkin boxes. So we're going to be doing 4 of those and decorating our mini paper pumpkin box. And I'm also going to be using the scalloped contour dies, a couple of the dies that are in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. We have our mini paper pumpkin box. So we want to first put our box together. So let's put this box together. If you've not put together a mini paper pumpkin box, let's do that. Okay, so we have our box, we have all these little score marks going here, and one side is kind of shiny. It's got kind of like waxy side to it, and then there's this matte side, and the waxy side goes on the inside. So what we're going to do is all of these score marks on our paper pumpkin box. It's a mini box. I keep calling it paper pumpkin, and it is, but it's a mini box. We are going to be folding those. So everywhere you see a fold, you want to fold those tabs going in towards the box. Okay. Definitely give it a little pressure. The more burnished these score marks are, the better your box will kind of go together. Okay, so let's pull together. Now we have all these tabs kind of coming in together. We're going to close our box. So what we want to do is we want to take those two pieces, go on the inside. These flap over. This has to come up too. Oops, oops, oops. My hands don't operate like that. Let's get this one out. Come on. This one's got to come up too. Bear with me. I'm going to pull that one back so you guys can see what I'm doing there, but all this has to come together. This is rough. There we go. So pull those two together, and then those two tabs go in there. Whew, that was rough, you guys. And then those go in there, and then these tabs kind of slide in the front. Slide in. There we go. Slide in. And then there's your box. It doesn't have to be that hard, but getting it, my hands don't operate normal all the time, but that was how you put together your mini paper pumpkin box. And then we're going to be putting this piece of Night of Navy down. So let's get this down. This is going to go directly on top of our box. Okay, we're just going to center that right there on top. And then we have this piece of designer series paper. We're going to put that directly on top. We're going to center that. That way you have a little bit of that Night of Navy showing all the way around. And then we have this strip of basic white, and it measures across the front of that designer series paper, and we're going to be using the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch, and we're going to be, you've got a couple of choices. Let me bring this up a little closer. We're going to be using this left side right here. Okay, so let's get that put in there. You want to make sure that it's straight, and you'll know if it's straight if you flip it over on the other side and you can see it even all the way around. So we're going to do that side, and then we're going to flip that piece around and make sure it's straight in there and do the other side. So now we have these nice little edges there, little decorative edges. And then this piece is going to go straight down in the middle. You can use your designer series paper as a guide. Okay, and then I have this scalloped die, and then I have this piece of basic white, and we're going to be stamping on this piece here. So we're going to be stamping Hello in Night of Navy, And let me use I'm going to go ahead and use a foam mat under here. My surface is hard enough, but with photopolymer stamps, if you're concerned, oops, let me get that inked up a little more. Oh, there's something on there. There's an opal round that was on there. I was like, where did that come from? Ink that up, okay. But if you don't have a hard enough surface underneath that you're stamping on, I would always suggest that you use some kind of a foam mat underneath with your photopolymer stamps. Okay. And then we're going to be stamping Friend in Bumblebee. If that was hello. Get the right one. Here we go. Friend. And we're going to stamp that one down here in the lower right hand side. There we go. And then that's all the stamping we're going to be doing. But we do want to put some adhesive on the back of this, and we're going to be attaching this to our die cut. And you want to center it, and I'll bring it a little closer so you can see what I'm doing here. But on this scalloped die cut, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a stitched edging on the inside. So I had to center this piece on there so that you could still see that stitched edging all the way around. Okay, so we're going to be putting this up with dimensionals. I had some large ones. Here we go. I knew I had some large ones. So we're going to put a dimensional on each corner. Okay, I think I got them all. And then let's put this in the center. Okay, and then we're going to take our metallic ribbon and we're going to make a bow. Just make a simple bow. Okay, let's get that. Let's get our little tails trimmed there. Okay. And then we're going to put this on with a glue dot. We'll use a couple of glue dots because we want to make sure this sticks really well on there. Okay. And we're going to put our bow up here in this top right hand corner. Well, my glue dots didn't come off. That's weird. Okay, there we go. I felt those come off. Just going to stick that right there. And then we are going to be using, I decided to break out the Playing with Patterns. I know this is all kind of tore up already because I've used most of a pack already, but we're going to be using the Playing with Patterns resin dots. This color, this one is Coastal Cabana, this is Crushed Curry, and this is Purple Posy, which is one of the in colors that retired, but they kept this particular accessory and carried it over. But we're going to be using the Crushed Curry. I am looking for, I'm not sure what happened to my Take Your Pick tool, but we're going to be taking a couple of these. I'm going to use the tips of my paper snips because we want to put a resin dot on that piece there. So I can get that up there. And then another one on that side over here. So there's the top of our box. Let me press those down a little bit there. So that's the box that all our note cards are going to be going in. Okay. And let's get started on, let's start with this card right here, this little note card. Okay. So we have our base. All of the bases are basic white. I really wish I knew where my take your pick tool was. I'm sure it's up here somewhere, but I just use my bone folder to help burnish that edge a little bit more. And then I have another cut, another one of those contour cuts in Bumblebee. And then I have this piece of designer series paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this piece of designer series paper and this stamped piece on first before we go and put the ribbon on and attach this to our card. Okay, and let me bring this up a little bit closer. That way you can see that stitched edge. There's that stitched edge again. So when we go to stamp Happy Birthday, we're going to be stamping in Just Jade. And we're going to stamp Happy up at the top. Let me see if I can bring this down a little bit more. That way you can really see a little bit closer what I'm doing. So we're going to stamp up in the top middle. I have a pretty hard enough surface underneath that I just feel more comfortable using the mat underneath. And then we're going to be stamping Birthday in Flirty Flamingo, which is one of the other coordinating colors. Okay, and then I have this one. So we're going to stamp up Birthday. Take it straight down and lift it straight up. Okay, so let's get some adhesive on the back of this. And then we're going to put this one on top. And it's okay if it overlaps a little bit. It's okay if it does. And we're going to take a strip of our ribbon, and we always want to make sure our ribbon is slightly wider than our die. Just going to trim a little bit off that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the back area where these two pieces meet, I'm going to put some adhesive on both sides. Because what I want is I want to straddle this piece of ribbon across where the cardstock meets the designer series paper, and I want to wrap that around. But what I want to make sure is that that ribbon attaches to the adhesive on the back side, and that it attaches pretty good, because this is going to be going up with dimensionals. So let me get a dimensional on the back corner of this. And I'm not going to pull those off just yet because I still need to put another piece of ribbon right here. And it's a small piece. It's not a very long piece. I'm just going to make it the width of the card, because what I want to do is I want to take it, I'm going to run it through the back here, and then right at the top, let's see if I can get a glue dot. I really need to find my take your pick tool. I'm going to get a glue dot, and I'm going to place a glue dot right there on top of that ribbon, so that when I bring this other piece of ribbon over, it's got somewhere to stick to. Okay? And then I'm going to take another glue dot, and I'm going to put one behind that, just so that it helps hold that ribbon in place. And then I'm going to take a large one of these large Coastal Cabana, oops, the glue dot came off, one of these large faceted There we go. Yeah, I need to find my take your pick tool. I'm going to put that right there. But I also want to trim these tails. So let's do that. And then I need to sharpen my scissors or just get another pair of scissors. Let me look. There we go. It had gone way to the back of the drawer there. So let's get our base. Let's take these backings off. And then we're going to put this on the front of our card. Okay. And then I wanted to use this right here, the adhesive part of that. And we're going to take two of these smaller ones and stick one there and then stick another one right up there. Okay, so there's the card. And then the envelope comes together the same way for all of them. There's going to be a piece of the same designer series paper that we used on the card so that it coordinates. And then I am just taking the all-purpose glue. Let's do this. Here we go. I'm just putting a little bit of glue all the way around the edge. You want to be careful with putting too much glue. You don't want it to like show through on the other side that there's a lot of glue holding it down. So a little bit will do. A little bit will do. Okay. And then you also want to make sure that you're putting your designer series paper on the right way as well. So when this envelope closes, you want it to be going in that direction. Otherwise, it'll be upside down. Okay. So just make sure that you're putting it on, and then don't cover up the crease in the top of the envelope. You want it to fall just below the crease. That way it doesn't interfere with folding, the envelope folding. And then just give it a light little rub all the way around. And then you have this excess around the edge. And then all we're going to be doing is cutting around the edge. We don't have envelope dies anymore. Y'all remember the envelope dies that were in last year's mini catalog? But this still works. There we go. So there's your envelope. So there is card number 1 with your coordinating envelope. Well, let me set that aside so I don't get it mixed up with mine. And then let's do this one and the coordinating envelope. Okay, so we've got, let's see, we've got our base, and then we also have this piece of Flirty Flamingo, and we're working with this designer series paper. Oh my goodness, I just tore that. I didn't mean to tear that. Let me slow it down just a little. I did not mean to tear that. Let's see if I can get some adhesive back over here. I'm not trying to tear that anymore, but I need to get adhesive on there. Okay, so let's put this down. We're going to center that over this piece of Flirty Flamingo. Same thing, we want to get some ribbon on the back of that, so let me cut a piece. I'm going to put that on in a few minutes. But what I want to do is, let me stamp in Night of Navy. We're going to stamp Thanks. And let's do let's do this first. That way I know exactly where I need to stamp. Okay, and we're going to be using this other side. We want a different kind of punch edge there. That one, and then flip the other side over to do the other side. We want it to be the same on both sides. Now we can stamp it. That way we know exactly where we need to stamp. Thanks. Okay. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, that's all the stamping on that one. Okay, so now let's put our ribbon on. So we're going to go ahead and put adhesive all around the back. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece of ribbon and we're going to stretch it across the front lower half. Okay, just make sure it catches to the back, and then we can put this directly on our card base. This is going to be a landscape type card. Okay, now as far as putting our sentiment on, we want to make sure that when we put our dimensionals on, that it straddles over the ribbon. Okay, so what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some mini dimensionals, and I'm going to put one, I'm going to put one in the top corner and the bottom corner of this punched stamped piece. That way it really, really sticks and it straddles over that ribbon and attaches to the cardstock behind there. If it attached to the ribbon, it could move, but you can see from there it's not going anywhere. Okay, and then I also have, I'm going to put an opal round on this side right here. There we go. And then we're going to make another bow. And we're going to attach it to the other side. Kind of at a sideways. I'm going to attach it sideways. But I don't want the tails to be too long. There we go. Pull that tight a little bit. Let's attach this with a couple of glue dots. Okay, and we're going to put that on the bow sideways. Get rid of that. Now, I don't know if you can see that from here. Let me pull it up a little closer. But I do have 1, 2, I think that's it. 1, 2. 2 more opal rounds that I need to put on. And it's the smaller ones. And we're going to be using, let's put one, I want to make sure they're on, let's put one right there. Like on those floral centers. And then let's put one right there. There we go. And then the same thing with our envelope. Get some glue on the outside. You do want to make sure that you get some glue as close to the edge as possible. That way it doesn't catch on in the mail and get ripped off. Not ripped off as in stolen, but ripped off as in like literally ripped off. Ripped off the envelope. I think y'all know what I meant. Okay, and let's trim Got two different scissors that I'm working with here, so let's trim. I guess on the other ones I could have gone ahead and done the envelopes, but you guys can see what I'm doing here. It's kind of therapeutic too. There we go. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. And then there we have it, card number 2. That's the one, this is the one that I did. And then this is the one that we just demonstrated. So there you have it. There's that one. Okay, so let's do card number 3, which is, there's the coordinating envelope, and then it's this one. Okay, and here we go again. Let me move some of this out of the way. By the way, in the kit, you may see, for the card that we just did, you might see this piece in there. This was originally what this was supposed to be on, and then I changed it up and decided to go this route. But I went ahead and included this particular die cut in there. So you can feel free to use that on anything else that you might be working on. That's just an extra little freebie there. Okay, so we have our base, and then we have this piece of just jade that has been embossed with 1/2 of the greenery embossing folders. We have a greenery, we have mini embossing folders. This is the one that we used. And then the other one looks like this. But these are mini embossing folders that go really, really well in with our mini embossing machine. You can also use them in the large one as well. But I went with this one because if you look in the designer series paper, it kind of has that same kind of greenery look about it. So that's why I went with this one. I wanted to do some embossing on this particular card. So let's get this down. This piece is going to go directly on the base. And it does matter what direction, at least for me, it mattered what direction my little vines were going in. I'm just looking at them. I'm like, it really does matter. Okay, let's put this down. I want my vines to be looking like they're going upwards. There we go. So let's put that directly down. And then I have this contour die cut. We're going to be stamping on that one. So let's break out Bumblebee. So we're going to use Bumblebee, and it's going to say hello. And we're going to stamp hello in the bottom middle. Give it a little pressure and bring it straight up. That's all the stamping. And then we have these 3 pieces here. We've got this Night of Navy, 2 pieces of this Night of Navy, and this 1 piece of designer series paper. And we're going to be punching only one side of these. So let me put that one in there. Got one. They all have the same punch side to them. And then same thing with this one. You want to make sure, if this mattered, I don't guess this one matters because it's the same going either way, but you want to make sure that if you were using a designer series paper that was directional, that you put the right side in so that it comes out right, which that one didn't. That one did not. Let's see if I can fix that. I'm just making that worse. Let's see. I didn't cut another piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly tack that one on and then fix that one later. I didn't make an extra little piece, and I don't want to cut up the piece that I used for the envelope. Okay, so let's get these down. We can at least put our Night and Navy ones on, and we're going to put these on, and I'm going to use the stitched edging as my, like a guide. Okay, so one goes up on the left-hand side, and this other one goes over here on the other side. Trying to get around my camera here. There we go. So see, you can still see that stitch edging right up there. Now this piece right here, I am going to end up replacing. So I'm going to put it down with a mini dimensional so that it barely sticks, because I'm going to take it back off and fix this piece later. As you can see, that didn't go very well through the punch. And then this piece of designer series paper actually kind of straddles between those two. And then this entire piece goes directly on that embossed cardstock at an angle. Okay. And then we're going to take two of these small Coastal Cabana ones, and we're going to put two of them right there at the middle. There we go. I may end up keeping this one for my sample and giving the one that I had already done away. I think I'll just do that. Okay, and then same thing. Let's do an envelope. Let's get some glue around the edge. Try to smooth it out a little bit. And then let's get our designer series paper on. I recommend using glue just so that if you need to move your piece of designer series paper around a little bit, you've got a little bit of wiggle room where you can get away with that. I think the first card that I did, I used seal, and it went on crooked, but I was still trimming off the edge, so it wasn't like, you know, a really big deal, but I had absolutely no wiggle room to be able to move it. So if I was trying to get it on exact, I would have had to have just started over. I would have messed up the envelope. Okay, so there you have it. That's the one I just made, which I'm not too crazy about that one. So what I'll end up doing is switching out in the drawing and giving away my good one, and I'll go back and fix this one later. But there you have it. There's card number 3. You put those both together so I know to go back and correct those. And then the last one that we're going to be doing is this one. Cute. Okay, same thing. Let's get our base. Didn't fold that one, so let me fold that one and burnish that. Okay, now on this one, I have, I seem to be missing a piece. Hold on. I'm missing a piece of Night and Navy. I thought I had everything cut for this one. So I'm going to have to cut this one really, really quick. And the good thing is, that one, this piece right here is already to width. I just need to cut height, which this one is 3.5. Sorry about that. I thought I had all these pieces already cut, and I was almost to the end, you guys. So let's get a 3.5 piece cut there. Okay, there we go. It's my piece of 9 and navy. This piece is going to go directly on the front, and this piece is designed to cover the entire front, just so you know. Okay, so I don't want to see any of the white all the way around this note card. Okay, so let me get this on, because y'all know I can't chew and walk at the same time. But this is designed to cover the entire front. Okay, and then we have this piece of designer series paper and this piece of just jade. So let's get this designer series paper on this piece. We got 3 different mats here, and this designer series paper and just jade, there's only an eighth of an inch difference all the way around the edge. Normally we have a 1/4 inch difference, but on this one I wanted just a little bit of that just jade to show through. And then we're going to attach both of these mats in the middle of our front. Go. Okay, and then I have these 2 cuts here. This particular cut of Bumblebee, I used the contour dies, the scalloped edge, in order to die cut both sides. Okay, so on this one, let me leave that off to the side, and then I have my piece of basic white, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be stamping off and then stamping on this piece to where it says happy birthday. So what we want is on the back side, we want to stamp off birthday in just jade. Okay, so when I say stamp off, we're going to be stamping birthday. So ink it up and then stamp off, and then take that same stamp and center birthday on that piece of basic white. Okay, so you have a very light version of birthday. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stamp up the first half of birthday again, stamp off, and then stamp on the piece of basic white. So it looks like it's kind of like a banner. And then we're going to get the other half, the HDAY, stamp off, and then stamp back on our, there we go. So basically it's a lighter version of birthday going all the way across. Okay, so we're done with just jade. And then we're going to bring back Night of Navy. And stamp happy in full strength Night of Navy. And we're going to stamp happy over birthday. And then ink up happy again. Stamp it over that part. I know it's going to come off, which is okay. Stamp up the right side of that. And then stamp on there. There we go. That's all the stamping. Okay, so now you have this banner that says happy birthday. And then we're going to put some adhesive on the back. And we're going to mount this piece directly on this piece of Bumblebee. Okay, now all of these pieces, let's get, I'm going to put these up with dimensionals. Put dimensionals down the center. I think I can do 4. Let's do 4. Take those off. Okay. And then we're going to put this piece going across the card. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Just press down on that. Now, these little pieces right here, these kind of pokey pieces, what I'm going to do is, you could certainly do it before you put this other mat down, but you can still do this afterwards. But I just took my paper snips and lined it up with that Just Jade piece and just snipped them off. Same thing over here. I just used, my scissors are up against that mat of Just Jade, and I'm using that as a guide to just snip those little pointy pieces off. Okay. Yeah. So now you have like a cleaner edge, and you don't have those little pokey pieces hanging off there. Okay. And then let's make a bow. Gonna make a bow. This particular metallic ribbon really does work well when it comes to making a bow. Let's see, let's get this down a little bit. Just that. Separate that real quick. And then I can go back and trim. Let's trim. Let's make our tails go that way. And this way. There we go. Got cats in here with me tonight. Try to use another glue dot here. And we're going to put this bow up here, kind of right where that birthday starts. And then we're going to take a large opal round and put it in the center of our bow. And then we're going to take a smaller opal round and put it in the center of this flower down here. And then another one, because I think there's 3 of them in the kit. Let's put another one up here on that little center bow. Actually, there's 3. All right, there's 3. Let's put the other one right here. Just because on the designer series paper, when I did this one, I could put one right there because there was a flower. But on this one, the flower starts getting off the page, so I'm not going to put one. I'm not going to put one there. I'll put it somewhere else. I guess it all depends on where your flowers fall in your designer series paper. Okay, and then this is the last. This is the last envelope, and we're almost done. Get this on here. Make sure to like, comment, and share. I know this feels kind of weird for me, pre-recording a video. I'm used to being able to interact a little bit more, and this was just kind of odd. But I'm really looking forward to traveling to North Texas tomorrow and hanging out with some fabulous ladies with some stamping. I think we're going to be stamping. I know we're going to be eating. It's just such a long trip. But it's well worth it. I know I'm going to have fun. and I'm going to have fun. There we go. So there's the envelope for that one. All right, there you go. There is card number 4. So that's the one that I did, and then this is the one that we just demonstrated. So let me bring them all back. Let me show you, let's just bring these back. These are the ones that, actually let's do this, because I end up taking a picture when I'm done. That way we have the coordinating envelopes going on there. You can see that. And then what's the other one? Looking for my envelope. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what I was doing there. Let me move some of this over so I can get the box back over here. And then we have a box. So let's bring all that in. And let me bring this up just a little bit. Let me bring it back up a little bit. Hopefully, there we go. That way you can see that host code. And there you have it. There is the June monthly online ordering special. So when you place your order of at least $25 on my website, you're going to get the free cut kit, everything that I just took out and assembled for you. You're going to get the free cut kit, including the paper pumpkin box and coordinating cardstock cuts in order to make these 4 note cards and then to decorate your box. And then if your order is $50 or more, you're going to get a spool of the Flirty Flamingo metallic ribbon that I used. That's just an extra thank you for your order. But there you have it. But you do want to make sure that you use this particular host code on my website. And if you have another device where you can scan that QR code, if you scan that QR code, it'll take you straight to my website and automatically plug that code in for you so that your order gets credited towards this particular kit. Okay, so if you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know. You will be sent a PDF tutorial that I have the complete supply list and all of the step-by-step instructions, and it'll also have a link to this video. That way if you need something visual to go back and reference, you'll have that. But this special goes through the end of June, so all the way to June 30th. And all of the links will be in the description and the video after this video post. So, but I'm sorry I missed you guys this afternoon, but I look forward to seeing you Wednesday night. If you don't already join me on Wednesday nights, I'm live for 12 by 12 scrapbook page layouts. So if you are interested in learning how to use your Stampin' Up! Supplies in order to make your page layouts, you might want to join me Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Otherwise, I will see you all next Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Y'all have a great rest of your afternoon and Sunday evening. Bye-bye.